I'm Linda Greaves. I'm with Save America's Wild Horses, a newly formed nonprofit. I started off as Save Our Wild Horses in 2018, and it has evolved into this national conference, which I'm really happy about. I am also a volunteer daughter for Wild Horse Education, and I'm on the board for Horse Plus Legislative Coalition. I'm also on the board for Trap Free America. So trying to help out where I can, willing to help anybody in any capacity I can. So today what I'm going to do is just a real quick thing. A lot of people are really intimidated by lobbying. They don't understand it. So on my website I have this quick kind of something to walk you through. So I'm just going to go this, and it's SaveAmericasWildHorses.org. There's a sign back there. If you're interested in it, you can do it. It gives sample scripts and everything here. Okay. And because I've been a little bit busy, I didn't get to really work on a presentation, so I'm winging it. All right, so this is lobbying information to contact your congressperson. Everybody has a congressperson and 2 senators. Your congressperson, there's a lot of congresspeople in each state, there's 2 senators. So if you can talk to the Congress holds the purse strings. That's so when we're talking money stuff, a lot of times it starts with Congress, but it can go through Senate too. So any law has to start in Congress or Senate, and then they switch sides. It has to be approved by both Senate and the House. And so that's kind of what you could do. There's a phone number here. This is the White House. You can call. Say, I want to talk to my congressperson. Tell them where you live. They'll patch you through. You can leave and tell them you're a constituent, because sometimes they don't want to talk to you if you're not. Most of the time, but you can say that, and then if they don't get to your person, leave a message and tell them you want a response, and they're supposed to get back to you, especially if they work for you. And if you're doing lobbying, the other thing to remember is usually you will meet with an aide. An aide is usually in their 20s, early 30s. Calling and being rude or disrespectful just shuts them down to other advocates, other horse issues, doesn't help. Teach them, become a resource. Always have facts with you, and not off of Facebook, because we get that all the time. Somebody wrote an article off Facebook, that's not a fact. Preferably BLM or some government agency. There are reputable organizations like Western Watershed Projects, PEER, and stuff like that that does have value taken in. And when you go into lobby, what you can do is, I'm getting ahead of myself. So, all right, so that's what you can do. And then here's a lobbying video from one of the past conferences. It's really, really well done. It walks you through it. And then here's just a 2025 fact sheet. Has some of the stuff I use. And different people can change whatever they want on these things. These are the things I personally use. And then here's a lobbying for horses for 2026, a little bit of other information. And then this is also, we presented a recommendation after the Reno conference to the Department of Interior, Tracy Stone Manning. We collectively did recommendations, and we did actually get a meeting on this, which we were able to present it. So that was kind of a good thing. That was the first time the Department of Interior actually listened to it. And it was through, a lot of you guys were involved in that, and I want to thank you again for that. And then, so lobbying for horses, how to arrange a meeting. And so I'm not going to go through all of this because I gave Britt a little bit of extra time, but it's all here. It's basically you call, ask for a meeting, sit there and say, I'm a constituent, I would like to have a meeting. Not with the horse person, with the person that deals with public lands and natural resources. Some of them overlap, but they don't. This is a public lands issue. It is not an animal welfare issue, although it does affect their welfare. People dealing with this is on that side because that's where the cattle industry is. Also, just so we need to make sure we're talking to the right person. And so what you do, so you want to make an appointment with them, you will usually get between 15 and 30 minutes. And they will cut you off, so you better to make points, because it's really easy to start wandering because we're so passionate about it. So, and then usually you can tell them about the issue, a solution, and then you ask them. Like with the SAFE Act, that's not in that department, but you can say, I would like Congressman Meyer to support the SAFE Act if he hasn't done so. And if he's not going to sign it, I would like to know why, and please get back to me. So you can make a meeting on the phone, you can go in person. Each of the states have state offices, and they also have a federal office. Federal legislation, it usually goes to the DC office. The states handle more state-related issues, so you can work on that there. And here's a simple script, because some people are really intimidated. But remember, these are young people and they work for you, so there's no reason to be intimidated by them. And you can actually create relationships with these people and get to know them. Oh, I just got some more information I wanted to share about. We share about this or that. And I used to say, 5-minute Mondays. Make a call every Monday. Spend 5 minutes. Call your congressman, call your senators. And it doesn't always have to be the same issue, because there's a lot of issues out there, unfortunately, that need to be attended to. Okay. And then here's some information on how to prep for your meeting. Everything I ever talk about, I have supporting documentation for. And then when I have to ask, it's usually written on the very front. It's like a cover sheet for, fax machines, you used to have a cover sheet that kind of said what it was about. I do something like that and then have the supporting documentations. And don't overwhelm them. If you start talking about tons and tons of stuff, you'll see their eyes glaze over. Keep it short, brief, to the point. And I always start off with, do you have any horses? And they say, no, I don't have any horses. And this is something Mindy's really good at. It's like, yeah, you do. You have about 65,000 of them out west. And we just did a campaign where we were giving a bunch of photographers offered pictures, and we give everybody different pictures. And so it was a reason for all these different aides to talk to each other and see who got what horses. So trying to find ways to engage with them is a big deal. And then during the meeting, like I said, be professional. Show up on time. Your time starts at the time you're booked. So if you're 5 minutes late, you lose 5 minutes. And then also, after the meeting, say thank you, follow up with an email. And if they ask you a question, if you don't know the answer, say, I don't know that, but I will get back to you. And it's really actually good, because then now you have another reason for engagement, to follow up with them. Send them a follow-up email. And also, it's very nice if you send them a follow-up letter. So that's kind of the lobbying in a nutshell. I'm trying to summarize it real quickly, but we all should be doing this. These people work for us. We pay their salaries. We have the right to do it. And there's no reason to have any anticipation. And there's also, on the lobbying for horses, there's a link there that you can put your address in. It'll tell you all from your state people to your federal people. And you can send them also, depending on where you live, like with the slaughter issue, you can start having engagement with them on that issue too. Okay, so I'm going to wind it up there. And I was pretty quick, so I think we're back on track. Okay, thank you guys.